construction surgeon, and at the end of the day, yes, on a hit show, he is one of the most relevant in the country right now with a thriving practice in Beverly Hills, and he comes here, takes time out of his very busy schedule. There's a lot of women that are hurting right now because you're not there taking care of them.
And you know,
and men, by the way.
And I'm here today, and then I fly back tomorrow morning early, and then I have surgery all day tomorrow.
There you go.
You know.
And so at the end of the day, as women, as men, we have a lot of choices when it comes to our skincare, but how many of them truly doctor created, truly used at his practice, on his patients, even before they head into surgery, just to see where they're at. Give your skin that best fighting chance, and today's the day to do it. Everything's on free shipping and handling, and we'll dive in to a really tricky spot. And it's funny because I did go to my dermatologist and my facialist recently, and she said, hey, what do you want to do about those forehead lines? And I looked at her and I clutched my pearls and I was like, what? If you've got forehead lines, this is a product specifically for you. It is going to be really just specific to that area, and it is a dead giveaway of age, right, doctor?
Well, remember, this is what happens after years of accumulation. And ladies, how many of you think in your life elevate your forehead, your eyebrows, especially with expression? And no matter what you do at your doctor's office and whatever they do for you, you're still gonna have those lines. That's just the way the bottom line is. And remember, this is the thickest skin on your forehead. And what I wanted to do is I said, okay, thickest skin on your face, it's the forehead. What can we do? And in all those years of millions of times of elevating, you get these deep etched in wrinkles, or we call them rhytids. So what I did, I found, by the way, did you know that mushrooms are actually fantastic in skincare? They're antioxidants, 150,000 types of species. They are incredible for skincare, for showing, by the way, shiitake mushrooms, something that we love to eat. Well, there's a product called Actifcol. And 3% is the top percent that they use as a key ingredient. And in pilot studies, they've shown to increase hydration. And by the way, when I talk about hydration, that's one of the key things. Hydration, exfoliation, by the way, that's the key to make you look beautiful and keep you looking young. Well, we took 5% of the Actifcol, put it in this in addition to something called Aquacell. These are, again, for helping in pilot studies decrease the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and hydrate. And these are the main reasons why this is something you absolutely use in your regimen every day.
And you are always at the forefront of technology. Mushroom ingredients are really one of the hottest ingredients in skincare right now, getting so much attention. What we're doing for you today is a 2-pack, okay? So this is basically a 6-month supply. And please keep in mind, normally one of these goes for $60. Today, for less than the price of one, you are getting both of these because we know you've written into us and said, hey, my forehead, what can I do? Help me. So this is gonna be it. This is specifically created for those lines. And I know you're at the screen. What are you gonna show us here?
So I wanna show you some before and afters. And these are, again, are magnified. And by the way, I also want, because we're gonna be going through a lot of before and afters today. And ladies, let me explain this to you. When you bring a photo over here to HSN, it has to be done specifically a certain way. There's certain rules and regulations. So these are real before and afters. Nothing touched up. I want to explain that. By the way, me as a facial plastic surgeon, you know what I do. I do all the reconstruction, all the revision work. If I'm going to give you a product, I want to make sure that we have the best active ingredients possible. So I want to show you something. This is 6 weeks, twice a day. And by the way, this product, you can use one of these for 6 months. So both these will probably can last you a full year. And you use this as the first line after you cleanse your face. Matter of fact, you can use the detox pads first, which we're doing next, then you use this. Now, take a look at these deep wrinkles right here. No matter what type of treatment you do, and we're also gonna help decrease the size of the pores, look only after 6 weeks. Look how these basically, I'm gonna use the word effaced. Look at, these are deep, these are now superficial.
Those look so
and
much
this,
better.
no matter what, and you gotta keep using these. And by the way, can we have the next one? And this is what's important, something that you have to do, and I go specifically for what can we use for different parts of your face, and that's what's great about our line. It's specifically, if you take a look, look at the difference here. These are called horizontal rhytids. Look at the difference here, and again, 6 weeks twice daily.
So much better. And not that we don't love you, but we would rather use this than go to see you, doctor.
Absolutely.
Our wallet would appreciate it.
Now, and here's, now take a look at this. 6 weeks, and the reason why I like going to the plasma is because I teach, I lecture across the world, and I'm used to always pointing out these certain areas. take a look at this area right here on the forehead. This is above the right eyebrow, and look how it's diminished. Now, one thing I want to tell you, if you imagine this is a 6 weeks before and after, and you see the reduction, and these are magnified. And that's why what's important, if you take a look here, then take a look here. Imagine using this, and again, no matter what product you use, you have to make sure you use it daily.
Yeah.
And that's what we have right here.
And remember, one of these is normally $60, so what's really nice is that only here, not at the practice, only here at HSN, are you getting a better than BOGO price. For less than the price of one, you get two. It is all free shipping and handling, and if you're that woman or that man looking at your forehead and saying, there's nothing I could do about this, there is. So before you head out to see Dr. Nassif, if you can get an appointment with him, before you go to your doctor, your dermatologist, your facialist, and have them make you feel bad about your forehead lines, try this first. It is a silky, beautiful formulation. I really love the way that feels. It's got a kind of like, it doesn't feel sticky or tacky. It's just really silky and velvety. And look at how your skin just absolutely drinks that in. One of the hottest ingredients right now, and I would expect nothing less from you, is mushroom. And it's in these products.
Yeah, I mean, remember, mushrooms, they're antioxidants, they're anti-inflammatory. There are products in here that the key ingredients is what's gonna actually, when you look at everything on any product you get, that's what's important. And what I do is I go to Europe, I search for the best ingredients to put, that's gonna make a difference. And interesting is not every product works in every different part of your face specifically. That's why we're talking about decreasing the size of pores, decreasing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. We're talking about hydration. And that's what this is gonna be. And there's also something called orgothenine. There's also, again, the Aquacell for hydrating. And when we talk about the word pilot studies, these are active clinical studies that they've done, performed. And that's why we have to make sure that we get it to you, because it's gonna help your forehead.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we are just inundated with products out there, and we just don't know what to do. Not all products are doctor created. Not all products are being used in Beverly Hills, in his thriving practice, or in his spas. This is such an opportunity to have Dr. Nassif here. By the way, we are live simulcasting on our Facebook page, so it's a wonderful time to come in, say hello to the doctor. Tell us what you love about this product line. It's so funny. There's people sticking up for you. They're saying, hey, Libby says, Dr. Nassif, stop Dr. Dubrow from his nasty remarks to you. People are really loving the collection, and we're all in. So welcome into our Facebook page. If you want this, jump on in. It's a relatively new product for your collection.
Absolutely.
Right? And it is the latest and greatest technology. If your forehead is the part of your face that's bothering you, this is specific and going right to the source of the problem. I hope you try it out today. 654-663 is your item number. Now, we got to show HydraScreen, because if you want to get to know Dr. Nassif, this